Hey friends, I hope you're doing really well. I'm in my car doing the mom picking up kind of thing. And I'm just gonna sit here a second. I'm really hot. So if you see me move around a lot, I'm just trying to stay comfortable and not stick to everything, sweat on everything. Sorry for the TMI, all right? And the air is blasting, so that's what the noise is too. So thank you for hanging in there with this video, but I want to make sure that I showed up around the time I said I was going to for y'all, so here we go. Um, there are times in our life, whether you're in your recovery journey, maybe you're actually feeling pretty good about food and body at this point. Maybe you've been watching us or work with us and you're in a space where it's like, my relationship with food is pretty good. Would it be easier to have a smaller body? Maybe, yeah, but I'm not going back to that place again. But I still kind of feel kind of meh, kind of tired, kind of meh, bored. Maybe not bored, but maybe just a little dorsal, which is like a body feeling a little shut down. And so I thought I would today, this video is for you. And we're going to talk about some of the reasons that could be happening and what we can do about it. So first things first is if you're struggling with some vitality, you know that dietitians, we're going to assess your nutrition status, right? We're going to make sure that you're eating enough food, you're sleeping enough, your water intake's okay. And when I say look at your food, we also, not just the overall calorie intake, are you still restricting? Do you have a long history of restricting? You're doing so much better now. It's actually adequate. It's just that you have a deficit to work on still, and that can take a year to get healed up for most people, really. If you're still in that phase, you're on the right track, and I would look at how you feel quarterly as a sign of if you're improving, you're on the right track, and you're gonna get there, okay? But some of us, let's say you're already at that place where you feel like your food's pretty good and you're eating a decent amount of diversity and variety in your food intake with the budget you have. And you're just kind of something's not quite right. So here's the things I might suggest to you is that get your thyroid panel checked. Please go do that, because sometimes there's some things that might surprise you. If you can't do that, don't do that, whatever. Something else I might suggest is one of the things that I look at when I do other kind of symptomology of how you're feeling is how much get up and go you have in the morning, what's your body temperature, because a lot of times if our electrolytes are just low because of chronic stress, basically you're burning through lots of potassium and sodium, I kind of take a look at that actually in your intake and would be encouraging you to do more of that. Now, of course, if you have some kidney issues, then that's something you need to talk to another your personal dietitian or medical provider about. But oftentimes I just look at people's intake and it's like they're eating well and they need more because they're just really depleted. Another thing I would look at is honestly your screen time. If you're spending a lot of time scrolling, that's going to rob you of honestly a level of vitality and get up and go-ness. And that can happen because of too much checking out in dorsal. It can happen because of too much comparing, and it makes us feel bad, right? So it's gonna takes energy to wrestle cognitively with feeling not good enough. So that could be draining some of your energy as well. Another thing is for people like me who have honestly very just day-to-day sedentary lives that we have to kind of and maybe you don't always have time to do a bigger chunk of movement, or you're not at that stage of readiness for that yet because you're healing maybe some exercise hesitance or exercise addiction. It's just simply, being outside first thing in the morning and getting a little sunshine, or 2 minutes, 5 minutes here, they're just getting up and stretching. I have to do a lot of that to keep my body feeling like the blood's moving, basically, because that's kind of what it is. And if you're also feeling kind of meh, I would also want you to look at what, honestly, how you're viewing life right now. If things feel really hard and that you're a little bit stuck, that's a place of part of you wants to move forward, and some other parts of you inside are feeling like that's a threat, and that will drain your energy as well. So this was a quick little assessment. If you're feeling that way, And I guess I'll just add one more. If your life is way too rigid in terms of like you don't, you're not getting much co-regulation from other people, that feels scary, maybe you're isolating, that's going to drain your vitality as well. So I listed several things here that if you're noticing that, it isn't necessarily because you're eating the wrong foods. It's more likely, honestly, everything I just mentioned, either one or many of those. And so if you do a little assessment based on this video and you need some support to get kind of all that, all the different strands of yarn in that ball kind of untangled and could use some support to kind of separate all that out and create some good interventions, then please reach out and we'll be happy to help you. But, if you got it figured out and you know that it's just time to take some steps that you have known for a while that you've needed to take, and you don't see any barriers emotionally, it just may be some new neural pathways you have to build, that's awesome. But if you're feeling kind of stuck and you've been kind of stuck on the same thought topic for many months, if not years, it's time to get some support for sure. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.